AP1 short.
Alright, what's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Lamont, aka Furozh, the local DJ producer. I work at Manhattan School of Music. I grew up listening to like Mad Lib and J Dilla. I remember I started rapping, so now it's like, okay, I don't rap, I don't write no more. How can I use these beats in my mixes as a voice to what I really want to say and represent myself as an artist? And this is at Sometime Somewhere for AT1 Radio. So my introduction to music, I was probably about 13, 14 years old. And this is at the age when I'm like into sports. Like I'm really into basketball, baseball, and I'm like trying to work out and get buff and get the girls. But then like there's a lot of stuff going on at home, you know what I mean? Like just a lot of like just chaos and just in the neighborhood. And you know, me and my brother, we was like big X Games fans. Like we wanted to like ride our bikes all around the neighborhood and skateboard. And, you know, we grew up on Jackass, kicking people garbage down. Just doing really stupid kid shit. And then my homie come over and he's like, yo, let me borrow your skateboard for a couple of weeks or whatever. I gave him my skateboard. He ends up breaking it. Comes back and say, yo, bro, can I borrow another skateboard? I see another one. I'm like, yo, this is my little brother's. But he doesn't really skateboard. I'm the one that's really like the skateboarder. He's just doing it like on some little brother, big brother stuff. So I'm gonna give it to you, but bring it back, bro, please. I didn't see him for the whole summer. The school year comes. He's like ducking my calls. I see him the first day of school. He's like, yo, you know what? Just come to my house. I got you a skateboard, come to my house. I go to his house. I forgot I had like a real bad day. I go to his house, he sits me down, he gives me the skateboard, and then he goes, oh, this is FL Studio. I was just messing around with some beats. If you're interested, come mess with it. I know that you be writing and rapping, because in elementary I just been freestyling all the time, you know. Side story, I grew up listening to Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. So I used to hear her name like, oh, L Boogie, L Boogie. I'm like, oh, I'm Lamont. I'm taking L Boogie. I'm gonna be Boogie. You know what I'm saying? So that was my rap name. I couldn't find any beats. Fast forward, I get my skateboard. He says this is FL Studio, and then from there I just started sampling stuff from YouTube and just downloading stuff. And then I think that Christmas I wanted a vinyl player for Christmas. So then we going downtown. Oh, I forgot what's this place is called. But this is around when like Virgin Records was around, bro. Like this is like real old school Times Square downtown music era. You can still get CDs and cassette tapes, you know what I'm saying? Like for cheap. So yeah, like that right there was my introduction to making beats. Yeah. So my first performance was in Philadelphia, and I was so nervous. Got my computer and I got my laptop. I don't even have like a beat pad or any like analog controller, nothing. I'm just straight Ableton. I made like a playlist of all my beats put together, and my hands are shaking, and it's like my dad, my brother's best friend, and the bartender, and the people that's performing. Nobody was there, but I'm losing my mind, bro. Like I'm like shaking, like as if like it's 100,000 of people in front of this, you know, in front of me, but. It was nerve. My nerves is really shaking, but next couple of shows, my hands started shaking less and less, and then I started just owning up to it, like yo, like I'm the best, and y'all really need to hear what I have cooking, you know. But yeah, my first show was in Philadelphia. I'll never forget it. It was so tragic. I felt so defeated. I was in a car like, oh man, am I sure I'm gonna be a producer or DJ? I'm about to start looking for jobs now, cause damn, yo, this is not looking good. But yeah, first show, Philadelphia, tragic. And for me, like when I was growing up, I had like a lot of different group of friends just from Mount Vernon. I was like always like like I have friends that play Yu-Gi-Oh cards and Pokemon cards. I have friends that play basketball. I have friends that stood on the corners and wanted to smoke weed all day. I just had so many different like lanes of friends, and I just took all of that in and put it into the music. And so I have friends who was like, yeah, this music is, your beats is fire, your beats is that. And then I had some friends that was like, I don't know about this one, but you might want to go back to the drum board and figure it out. The drums don't sound on point, the snare, and I grew up listening to like Mad Lib and J Dilla, so they was really like hands on, don't want things to be computerized and perfect. So a lot of my you know what I mean, I'm hitting the drum or I'm hitting the snare, it's kind of off beat, but it's like it's me, bro, it's not the computer. So what? I'm somewhat 50-50 with the analog hands-on and the computer because I do events. I do like pop-ups and where I'm like setting the music off or like getting the party started, and I will have a mix, and it's like I'm getting pulled from this person, that person. I gotta go check in with the DJ, I gotta check in with the manager, I gotta see security. Oh, my friend is coming, oh, my friend is lost down the block. So having the mix pre-done already and where I can step away and handle things and still things still going in motion, I like that. But on the other end, if I'm really doing like a gig and I'm feeding off the crowd energy and I'm there the whole time, then yeah, I'm doing everything live. And if somebody say, oh, I got a request, oh, I forgot about that song, I love that song, let me play that next. Oh, they did a feature with this one, I'm gonna combine, you know what I'm saying? So that kind of works like that. So I'm like I'm in the middle, I'm in between. I do Amazon. It's not really as consistent as I want it to be, but it's holiday season, so it is picking up. But on the side of that, I do theater work. I work at Manhattan School of Music, and it was my girlfriend's best friend who really got me into it. She asked me like, "Hey, do you love your job?" And I was like, "No, not really." So she put me in, and I was doing computer work. I was doing the scheduling and hiring the stagehands for the job, and I used to just sit there and just watch them do the stage, and I'm just sitting on the computer and I'm just like dozing off. I'm like listening to YouTube on Instagram and TikToks and stuff, and I'm like, man, this is boring. And then they hired somebody else. It was a toss up between me and that person. They went with that person because I was a little bit more, I guess, reclusive, you could say. And I was like, okay. And then she reached out to me like, hey, you want to do stagehand work? I'm like, okay, I know myself away a screwdriver and a drill. I don't think this could be that hard. And I've been doing it for 2 years and I love it, bro. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pulling curtains, I'm doing doors, I'm swapping out props, when the lights goes off, I'm running on stage, grabbing things and running back, and yeah, it's a lot. And then the music is just so much inspiration, like so much artists that I don't know. Even I'm hearing some of the kids, they singing. I'm like, wow, he's singing like this. Like I watch Mass Singer. I'm like, some of these kids belong on this show. Like just to even or have them on my beats would be amazing, bro. And just being in the school and just walking past, you see the posters, you see the musicians, the instruments, you see the studios, you hear what's going on, and just like, yo, I'm surrounded by all of this. Like this is where I need to be. Like it'll be times where I'm sitting there waiting for a cue and I hear, like I said, like I hear a piano riff or I hear a saxophone solo or something like that, and it would just make me think about like, wow, I need to sample something like this. Maybe I should go home and download some Coltrane, some Miles, or even look even more further than just that. Like maybe just go deep into it, like deep down the rabbit hole to find more artists like this, because shit, man, the stuff that I be sampling, they be having 500, 1,000 views on YouTube faces like the mainstream stuff. Like the mainstream stuff is cool, but like I want to sample stuff that you don't know. So when you ask me about it, I can introduce you to that artist, and you could deep dive into their catalog and what they about, and you know what I'm saying? Like it goes full circle. Yeah, so like a lot of my favorite artists, I felt like they was like news reporters. You know, I grew up listening to Nas, the Lauryn Hills, KRS-One. You know, like Jay-Z and party music and Biggie and stuff is cool, but I was more into the Tupacs and stuff that was like for my mind, like really helped me navigate through this life. You know what I'm saying? Like my parents had me very very young, and neither my mom or dad has any creative spirit in their bones. So it's like, how, you know what I'm saying? Like, how is it me? You know what I'm saying? Like, my dad just have just vinyls and records just all over the place, and I grew up listening to these songs and this music, and it's like I'm hearing Farrakhan or Malcolm X, and I'm hearing Martin or these historical figures on these songs, and it's like I don't know who these guys are until I get to school. So now I feel like I got to jump start among my peers, because like, oh, I know this guy. Tupac said, oh, I know this guy. Nas said, da da da. And now I'm getting more deeper, and now I'm hanging around with my cousins and my uncles, and I'm like asking questions, and then I'm finding out movies, and okay, now I'm sampling the movies and trying to give like a little subliminal message, you could say, to like what I'm really trying to say. Because I remember I started rapping, so now it's like, okay, I don't rap, I don't write no more. How can I use these beats in my mixes as a voice to what I really want to say and represent myself as an artist? Yeah, so recently I've been taking acapellas and putting it on popular instrumentals, and just trying to give people a different kind of vibe. Like one of my most favorites, I did Beyonce Ring the Alarm, and I put her on a J Dilla beat. It's a really down, like really slow R&B. You know, anybody who's familiar with J Dilla work, you know what kind of feeling he gives you. But to hear Beyonce on top of that, it's like, wow, it makes you think like, what if J Dilla was alive? What can he do? You know what I'm saying? So that's what like my perspective is about. Like I want to do mixes that makes you like, wow, I never thought about mixing this and mixing that and putting it together. You know what I'm saying? Like not to like knock anybody, you know what I mean, who's doing the most popular acapellas and instrumentals together. Like that's cool, but for me, I kind of want to dig a little bit more deeper and really have listeners be like, wow, I never even thought about these two artists collabing with each other. Place, wow, my favorite place don't exist no more, but it was it BB King's on 42nd Street? Yeah, me and my dad used to go to a lot of old school hip hop, EPMD, Black Moon, Method Man, Red Man, like, yeah, for sure. Like I was like totally in tune with that crowd, and I was always the youngest guy there. Like it got to the point where me and my dad would get tickets and go, and family members and people that we have not seen in so long would be there at the show, and they'd be like, we knew that y'all was gonna be here, so we just here, let's just go. But yeah, BB King's was like my hands down my favorite place. And then, you know, like any store like Best Buy or Virgin Records that, you know what I mean. There was another vinyl store. I can't think of the name. I'm gonna remember when I leave. I'm gonna get mad. But I used to just go in there and just listen to the records. A1 Records is another vinyl spot downtown. I did a lot of digging there. One of my homies, his name is Malik. He used to work there, and he used to give me a lot. I hope I'm not getting you in trouble, but he used to give me a lot of records under the desk, like, here you go. Or he would like even show me like, oh, you need to listen to Charles Mingus, you need to listen to Muhammad, he put me on the people that now I'm looking like, wow, these guys are like musical giants. But back then I'm just like, okay, yeah, sure, let me take them. He don't got nothing on John Coltrane, let me just whatever. But yeah, those are like my favorite places to listen to music to, bro. Anywhere on all social media platforms, The Real Furozh, FUROZH_, in iTunes, Spotify, any of those DSPs, you can find me as Furozh.
AE1 short.
At Sometime Somewhere is produced by Audio-Technica for AT1 Radio. It is recorded at AT1 Studio at Technica House, New York. Follow